Hey guys, I think I have carrots in my teeth. Hey Milo, will you please stop doing that? Because it's loud. Sorry. So, if you saw my post this morning, you know that my kids are sick. Henry has been running a fever for about 24 hours, and it just keeps getting worse, honestly. We've been to the doctor and gotten 2 different meds, and then he started throwing up in the middle of the night. So, that is my life right now. But anyways, all is good. I'm very thankful. Let me say, first of all, I'm so thankful to coaching that I can be home to take care of them and work my coaching business around them. And so I have been reading this book. Here it is right here. Y'all, hot mess. Not gonna lie. Hot mess over here. But I've been reading this book. I love it. It's Humble, Hungry, Hustle, and it's by Brad Lomenick. And so it is a really, really good book on leadership and just growing and running your own business. But I've gotten towards the end of it now, and there's a chapter that's called, it's all about creating healthy habits in your business and your life. And it is called Creating a Habit of Margin. And I made a post about it this morning, and I'm actually going to talk about it in my challenge groups for next week, because whenever I feel like when God gives me a message through my personal development, like it's my responsibility to share it with you guys, with the people in my challenge groups, with followers, and just use what he is teaching me to help other people. And that is what coaching is all about. Whether people join our teams or not, whether they join our challenge groups or not, like we can still put valuable information out there. I don't want to give away everything that I'm giving to my challengers or to you guys as our team, but I want to put enough out there so that people know who I am, what my vibe is, what my focus is, what my mission is. And so I will talk about margin again. I talked about it in my post this morning. And I'm going to talk about it in my stories tonight, because I fully plan to unplug tomorrow. I'm working on this. God is convicting me of taking Sundays and using that as a Sabbath, not just meaning that I don't do anything, but that I take that time to recharge and to grow closer to Him. And I did it like 75% of the way last Sunday. It was my first Sunday to really commit to that. I didn't do it well. I did it better than I have before, but I really have a goal of just unplugging. No stories. I might schedule a post. I don't know. I will check in with my challengers, but not a lot of time sitting down, writing posts, planning out my week. Like I'm doing that now. And that's why I want to talk to you guys about creating this habit of margin and guarding your margin. Hey, baby, there's cheese sticks out in the other fridge if you want to go get one of those.
Can I have Sprite?
What?
Can I have Sprite?
I don't know what you're saying. Let me finish this, okay?
Can I have Sprite?
No, not right now. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you, it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess here. But I'm still making it happen. Yes. But about guarding your margin, and it's all about time management, okay? Because this business is wonderful. This business is amazing. This business has changed my life. It's changed my heart. It's changed my faith. It's changed my body. It's changed our home life and our freedoms and our finances. Like, it's amazing. And I could probably work as a coach like 24/7 if I let myself, because I find so much fulfillment from it. It hasn't always been that way. A lot of months it's been a fight and a question. Am I going to keep going? Am I doing this well? Like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, I've been there. I've been where everybody in this business has been. But I do love what I do as a coach. But time management is so important, because I see so many coaches who quit because they're just like, oh, coaching takes too much time. It's sucking up all my energy. I'm staying up late. I'm getting up early. I'm not getting anything done. Well, that's not because coaching is doing that. It's because that we don't have a good handle on our time as coaches. And I've learned that the hard way. And so even now, where I'm at, just because the 4 vitals come easier to me, which they will, guys, I'm telling you, if you're doing the 4 vitals, if you're showing up, if you are printing off this business activity tracker, if you are filling it out every week, it does get easier. You start to do them just by habit. I track my business, but I don't wake up every day and get this thing out and think, what do I do today? Like, I know exactly what I need to do because I've made it a habit. I've made a habit of connecting with women, of adding friends, of inviting women, of posting, being proof that the products work, of recognizing my challengers, my coaches, my friends. That is habit to me. And if you're at that place where you're still struggling to do it, I'm here to tell you, sweet friend, like it just becomes a habit, and you get to a point where you wake up and you get excited to do it. Do I still get a little bit scared whenever I reach out to people who I don't know? Yes. Do I still get that like kind of funny feeling in my gut when I reach out to somebody who would be an awesome coach and I'm like, hey, have you ever thought about being a coach? Yes, it's still scary. But I like that. I like that this business continues to challenge me and push me outside of my comfort zone. But it does become habit, and you learn to do these things and to do them well and to do them with passion and conviction, and you start to share what God is laying on your heart. But you have to create room for margin. You have to start to plan out your week. I give you guys my monthly marketing calendar every single month to show you, so that I know, one, what I'm inviting to, where my business is going, what my goals are, but to also give you guys ideas and things to invite to as well. And when I know what I'm hosting, when I know what I'm inviting to, then I know how to plan my week. And so that is what I'm doing today. I'm sitting down because I don't want to work tomorrow. I'm sitting down to plan out my week ahead, and I'm just here to tell you that if I was one of those people that cussed, like next week is going to be a show, if you know what I'm talking about, okay? Because we have VBS. I guarantee you that my kids will not be well by Monday. I was supposed to go see Sweet Jade today, but I couldn't, and that's okay. I'd rather be home taking care of my kids if they need me. But I do plan to go see her next week. My kids want to go swimming. Like, it's a hot mess. And so I have to plan and create room for the mess, for the hot mess that is my life that I love so much. I have to leave room for margin, which is just extra space for life to happen, for me to be a mom, for me to be a friend, for me to make time for my faith. Those things will always be there. My family, my friends, my faith. If I quit this business tomorrow, if I walk away from it, those things will always, always be there. And so I have to do coaching in such a way that I use it to enhance those areas of my life and not take away from it, okay? Because margins create moments, and moments create memories for my family, for my friends, for the people that follow me. And so I want to challenge you today. If you have not done so already, sit down, make out a plan for your week ahead. I do it every single week. You can either, obviously, I think everybody, especially new coaches, should have this business activity tracker printed out for each week. It's easy. You don't have to wonder, what do I do tomorrow? What do I do today? You wake up, you do your workout, you drink your shake, you show that you're doing that. You do your 20 minutes of personal development. You add 3 people to social media. I'm just reading from this list. You make 2 to 3 social media posts. It can be a workout selfie, inspiration, a recipe, shout out somebody else. You start 3 new conversations with people that you have friended. You invite 3 people to your next challenge group. You invite 3 people to the coaching opportunity. You follow up with people you've talked to before, and you recognize someone today in this business. It's very, very simple. And it does take some time. I honestly would say map out 1 to 2 hours a day to do this, and you will do it. Some days I do it in an hour, some days I do it in 3 hours, but that's just me, and I'm working bigger numbers over here. If you're working the basics, if you're connecting, inviting, following up with just a minimum of 3 people, you can do this in an hour. Your personal development should not be part of that power hour. You can work your personal development in it, but you got to schedule it, guys. That's the thing I'm really challenging you guys to do. When will you do your power hour on Monday? When will you do it on Tuesday? If I'm at VBS from 9 to 12, Monday through Friday, obviously I'm not going to schedule this stuff in that time, right? So I know that when I wake up every single day, I'm going to commit next week, even though I've not done it well this summer. I'm going to wake up at 4:30. I'm going to have my quiet time. I spend at least 30 to 40 minutes reading my scripture, reading my devotion, praying, and I'm not being a Jesus freak over here. I am a Jesus freak, but I'm not being all holy roller. I'm just telling you, if I don't start my day then, if I don't plan for my quiet time early in the morning, it will not happen. And this is all His. Everything that I have, my family, my business, everything is Jesus's. And so I have to start with him. So I make that a priority. After I do my quiet time, I usually spend a little bit of time checking in with my challengers and you guys. And so you guys come first. Before I start to recruit new people, before I look for new challengers, I have to take care of the people that I have. And so those are my early morning priorities. I answer messages, I respond to people, and so that happens then. Then I get up, I work out, I drink my shake, I do my posts, I do my stories for that morning, and then typically I sit down and I knock out my power hour. I use my tracker. You can use your calendar, you can use Google Streak, it does not matter, but find some way to track. You can use the back of this sheet, which is what I did for so long. And then I started to just write in my calendar every single day, whoever I talked to, whoever I added as friends, whoever I connected with, invited, followed up. I had columns in my calendar, and that's how I tracked people, okay? And so that is how you can plan for that. And then I take it a step further. So next week is VBS. Next week we probably will go to the pool. So I can go ahead and plan to make some good value added content for my challenge groups. I can show my challengers what snacks am I taking to the pool? What am I doing so that I don't eat the little ring cookies and the Cheetos at VBS? Like, what am I going to take with me? Beach Bars is a great one. It's a great way to tell them that this is a great snack. And it's also a way to create volume and get your challengers interested in buying Beach Bars. And so that's something I'll talk about my challenge groups. I'll probably also do like a post or a story series or a live video about that. I'll also know that every single week, like, I am still inviting to Lift 4. We start prep week on Monday, but I'm going to invite people all week long next week. I have a goal of getting at least 10 more people into that challenge group. And so I'm going to continue to connect, to invite, and to do some stories in my polls, do some polls in my stories. And so I'm going to do Lift 4 polls next week, stories, and I'm also going to do coaching invite stories. What day am I going to do those on? I just simply sit down and I write it in my calendar. A lot of times, I never go anywhere without a notebook. Like, I don't go anywhere without a notebook. And if I am somewhere without a notebook, I record my thoughts or my ideas in my notes on my phone, or I have a private group on Facebook. It's just me in there, and it's called My Post Ideas. And so when I'm inspired, whenever I get an idea, I can just quickly put something in there, and I save it and I go back to it later. Because I believe that if we're in our personal development, if we are using that time, if we're taking planning time, like, God gives us the ideas. We just got to do something with them, right? And I call that white space. So planning, when you're planning for your margins, when you're planning your week next week, plan for some white space as well. What does that mean? That's creativity time. It could be the time that you're sitting down, having after your quiet time with Jesus, or it could be the time while you're doing your personal development. It could be while you're working out and you're blasting praise music, and God is giving you all kinds of inspiration for your challenge groups, for your posts. Keep a notebook nearby. You will never run out of things to talk about. You will never run out of post ideas if you're creating that white space for yourself. And it's simply an opportunity where you block out all other things. You block out social media, you turn off the TV, you get somewhere quiet for 10, 20 minutes if you can. I know we have kids, I know we have life, but maybe it's a ride to the grocery store. Maybe it's while you're in the grocery store, and you are just like creating this blank space for you to be inspired and to have ideas. Like I said, sit down in a quiet place for 10 minutes. Get out your personal development book. If you're reading your personal development, you will have a notebook filled with ideas of things to say and to talk about to your team, to your challengers in your posts. And so that is really important when you're planning and you're creating that time management habit. Track your time. Where are you spending your time? Do you sit down to do your power hour and it's like 30 minutes later and all you've done is scroll through social media or commented on a couple posts? That's not good time management, and you're not going to get very far. I've been there. I've done it. It does not work. When you sit down to do something, close out all your applications, write your post, write your story ideas, map out your plan, and do it with your phone turned off, with your computer shut down, with some quiet space, and you will be accomplished and you will find the time to do that. one of the things that I use to plan my weeks also is my Google Calendar. If you have a Gmail account, if you have a Google Calendar, it's amazing. Like you can like map it out. I can actually share mine with you if you want to see what it looks like. But make a Google Calendar, plug in there. When am I going to connect with people on Instagram? When am I going to connect with people on Facebook? When am I going to make my posts? When am I going to do my power hour this week? And plan it around the schedule that you already know that you have, and you will have so much more confidence when you do that. Always allow for interruptions. It's not going to go perfectly. My kids are going to walk in the middle of a video. They're going to ask me for something. They're going to need something during my power hour, especially while we're home this summer. Allow for interruptions. Don't get frustrated when that happens. That's life. We get to work this business with our kids, around our schedule, and that is beautiful. Schedule in your rest time. This is where... You're hungry. Okay, this one's hungry, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. Schedule in your rest time. This is where I feel like, I'll share my calendar, and hold on, I'm going to answer your other question too. I feel like God is just truly convicting me to take a Sabbath. From coming up with story ideas, from coming up with post ideas, from working my business a whole lot on Sundays. Obviously there are still some things that I will do, like check into my challenge groups and things like that. But last Sunday, I didn't make a story at all on Instagram. I think I maybe made one post. I'm not sure. I did check into some messages, which I really want to work on, just unplugging from those messages a little bit. I want to be accessible. I want to be here for you guys. But guys, the thing is that if God's calling us to rest, He's going to bless our business. He's going to honor that. We're not going to get behind if we take a Sabbath. We're not going to fall off track. We're not going to lose our business. We're not going to lose that momentum. God will bless that investment into our time with Him. So I'm not saying that I don't know. That's between you and God. I didn't take a Sabbath for the past 4 years, and now I am, because I feel like that is what He is calling me to do. So if you feel Him leading you that way, then this time management, this creating your margins, creating space to be creative, to be quiet, to be intentional, it's going to fuel your business. It's not going to take away from it. It's going to help refresh you. It's going to give you ideas. If you're living life, if you're creating moments with your families, one, that's memories for them. Two, that's also content for your coaching business. So if you're stressed and overwhelmed and panicked because of this business, then you're not doing it right. Okay? You're not doing it right. And I want to help you do it better. And so that is what I'm challenging you guys to come up with, because like I said, family, friends, faith will always be there. They will always be there. And you can use this business to enhance those 3 areas of your life, or if we don't do it well, we don't do it right, then it will make those areas harder and cause people to give up. And there's no reason why we can't run amazing businesses and be good mamas and good wives and good friends. Okay, trust me with that. And so this scripture verse keeps coming to mind as I think about this. It's Ephesians 5:15 through 16. Pay careful attention then to how you live, not as unwise people, but as wise, making the most of the time because the days are evil. Making the most of the time. We all have the same amount of time. We all have 24 hours in a day. We're all busy, but this business is worth figuring out how to manage our time and to make it stick. Okay? Just trust me. 4 years into it, trust me. You can do this. You can hit Success Club. You can build a successful business around your life. Okay? Anna, is your marketing calendar the July live calendar? No, that's something else. I'll share it again, or I'll tag you in the post that's in. Okay? So you can see that. And it just simply has things like, I'll show you this right here. I have this dry erase board up there on my wall, and that's my July, and I just put on there things like, when does my challenge group start? When am I going to host a sneak peek? I have that we're going to the beach that last week. We have our team call on the 15th. Those kind of things. We're going to
go see Brody.
We are going to go see our friend. So, those are kind of some big highlight dates, and that just helps me as I'm planning my week, like what's coming up that I need to be inviting to this week. And so Lift 4, I'm going to keep keep inviting, even though we start prep week on Monday. My posts, my invites publicly are going, and my stories are going to be inviting to that Lift For Summer of Strong Challenge group. But they're also, I'm going to talk coaching every day, and I'm going to be inviting to that as well. So it just gives me a plan to make out my marketing calendar. Okay? Does that help? Does that make sense? And once I map out my plan for the week, I'm going to share it with here with you guys too, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So if you have questions, let me know. Let's do this, guys. Let's do it well. Let's honor God and Him with our business, with our time, with our families, and with our quiet time, even with that white space, that margin that we can be creating for ourselves, so that we can do this with a healthy mindset, with a healthy family, and create a healthy business. It may not look like everybody else's. It may not look like, some other people and how they run their businesses, but that's okay. We can be successful and honor God at the same time. I promise. Okay? Love you guys. See you later.